2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East and this is the Smart 7.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 27th of October, and it's Black Cat Day. And a big happy birthday to John Cleese, Simon Le Bon, Glenn Hoddle, and Kelly Osbourne. Wednesday is Budget Day, with Chancellor Rishi Sunak due to detail all of the exciting things we have to look forward to for 2022. It all kicks off at around 12:30. In advance of the budget, there have been many leaks, so there's not much expected in the way of surprises, but Minister for Small Business Paul Scully still wouldn't confirm to ITV News that the expected public sector pay rise will at least beat inflation when it's implemented in 2022.
We are ending the freeze. We want to make sure that the 5 million public sector workers can see more money in their pay packet. It's not for me as a junior minister to guarantee anything, but what I'm saying is that the Chancellor is signalling the fact that he wants to give the 5 million people in the public sector a pay rise, and that will then be for the pay review body to take the evidence and then recommend a figure back to the Chancellor.
Maybe he'd been listening to Commons Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle, who for the second day in a row condemned the level of leaking around this year's budget.
If the government continues to treat this House in a discourteous manner, I will do everything in my power to ensure ministers are called here to explain themselves. This House will not be taken for granted.
Oh, and don't tell Sir Lindsay, but if you want a quick catch-up on budgets and how they're put together, check out our Smarter 7, What is the Budget Edition, right now. The government's found itself up to its neck in a row over sewage. It arose from the Environment Bill and a clause inserted by the House of Lords to force water companies to deal with the issue of discharges of untreated sewage and overflows. The clause was defeated in the Commons, which appeared to open the floodgates for sewage to be released into the UK's rivers and streams. It's caused uproar on social media and sparked a campaign to reduce the 400,000 times that raw sewage was released last year. Christine Colvin, director of the Rivers Trust, says MPs may not have been entirely clear on what they were voting for.
To be fair on the vote, it wasn't actually a green light to pump sewage into rivers, but it was a rejection of a clear goal to stop that. If you're seeing one of those big brown spots from the sewer overflow map, that sewer is typically overflowing many hours per year. I wouldn't go swimming in an area that had one of these big brown spots, especially after rainy periods, because that's when the sewers are typically overflowing.
The government's been forced to make a U-turn now, saying they'll impose a legal duty on companies to improve standards. But in the meantime, Environment Secretary George Eustace says he's happy to keep on splashing around.
I would swim in rivers, yes, but I don't do wild water swimming. We all agree that we want to improve the water quality.
It's now only days from the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow, and with the Queen bowing out after her recent ill health, the pressure on Boris to deliver real impact continues. Campaigner Sir David Attenborough says it's our moral responsibility to take action to save those most at risk from the potentially catastrophic results of climate change.
Our kind of industrialisation is one of the major factors in producing this change in climate. So we have a moral responsibility, even if we didn't cause it. We would have a moral responsibility to do something about thousands of men, women and children who've lost everything.
The US Senate continued its hearings on social media and its impact on children, with executives from TikTok, Snapchat and YouTube all present for a proper spanking from Senator Marsha Blackburn.
You all know you have children on these platforms that are too young. It is money in your paycheck. And obviously, money trumps everything.
The head of public policy at TikTok, Michael Beckerman, was keen to point out that it's up to parents to police their teens and that TikTok offers a family tool that allows parents to monitor what the kids are up to.
I encourage all the parents that are listening to the hearing today to take an active role in your teens' phone and app use. And if they're on TikTok, please check out Family Pairing. Visit our youth portal. Our tools for parents are industry-leading, innovative, but we're always looking to add and improve.
Still to come on the Smart 7, great news for Succession fans, and Clint Eastwood's back at 91. Right after this.
You're listening to the Smart 7. If you're enjoying it, you might also like the Smart 7 Ireland edition. Just search and follow us on your favourite podcast platform.
3,
Last night saw fourth round Carabao Cup action with 6 teams facing off as Arsenal took on Leeds, Chelsea played Southampton and QPR hosted Sunderland. Arsenal comfortably beat Leeds 2-0, while the other 2 games went to penalties, with Chelsea beating Southampton 4-3 and QPR knocking out Sunderland 3-1. All 3 teams are now through to the quarter-finals, and Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta was delighted as his team have now gone 8 games unbeaten in all competitions.
I think a really good performance overall against a team that demands you in every single action to be so committed. I think we played well, we understood the game and what we had to do against them, and we executed the right way, and I think we deserve to win the game.
Succession is back with a bang. 2 episodes into season 3 and everyone's talking about the worst family on television, which is probably why HBO just announced they've greenlit season 4. I spoke to Connor Roy, better known as actor Alan Ruck, aka Cameron from Ferris Bueller, and he says the key to the show's success is the strength of the writing team. For the full interview, head over to our sister podcast Previously on Succession and get your Kendall, Shiv, Connor and Roman fix.
They are all celebrated screenwriters and playwrights. And Jesse said something the other day. He said, all my writers are being offered their own shows. He said, I hope I can hang on to them. And HBO is fantastic because they hire smart people to do the job. And they have opinions about things, but they don't interfere. They don't, micromanage.
Clint Eastwood's back at the age of 91 with a brand new movie. Yep, it's called Cry Macho and it's hitting cinemas on November the 12th. Clint stars, directs and produces the movie, in which he plays a former rodeo rider who's hired to reunite a young boy in Mexico with his father in the United States. There's plenty of horses, a road trip and of course, stuff to learn along the way.
I'll tell you something. This macho thing is overrated. Just people trying to be macho, show that they've got grit. That's about all they end up with. It's like anything else in life. You think you got all the answers.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.